Imagine stepping into a crowded room, your heart pounding with a mix of exhilaration and dread as you shed every mask, honesty radiating from your soul, compassion spilling from your every word. This is Prince Myshkin, the beating heart of Dostoevsky's The Idiot, a man of unyielding goodness who walks into a world cloaked in deception. But here's the gut-wrenching twist that will leave you stunned. Instead of admiration, he's met with ridicule, manipulation, and heartbreak. His pure sincerity, a beacon in a sea of cunning, becomes his downfall, shattering your expectations with a raw, emotional punch. You felt this, haven't you? That moment when your kindness was mocked, your openness twisted against you, leaving a bitter ache in your chest and a quiet fury simmering beneath. Myshkin's tragedy isn't just his, it's ours, a mirror reflecting society's harsh truth. Goodness often invites scorn rather than respect. Picture his gentle eyes dimming under the weight of betrayal, his spirit crumbling as he's labeled naive or weak, and feel your own longing for a world that celebrates such purity surge within you. This isn't a distant tale from 19th century Russia. It's a wake-up call echoing through 2025's hustle, where social media demands perfection and vulnerability feels like a crime. Why does this happen? Why do good hearts break while the sly thrive? Dostoevsky dares us to question this, pulling us into Myshkin's pain and challenging our own choices. The story hooks you with its emotional depth, urging you to dive deeper. Does goodness still matter in a world like ours? Share your thoughts below. Have you ever been burned for being too kind? Did Myshkin's fate resonate with your own struggles? Let's unpack this together. Your comments could spark a revelation for someone else. This isn't just a narrative, it's an emotional journey, a summons to explore why sincerity so often leads to suffering and whether it's worth the cost. Will you join Myshkin's fight, embracing your goodness despite the risk? Or have you learned to wear a mask to survive? Tell us your story. Your voice matters here. Picture this. You step into a room buzzing with ambition, your heart racing with a cocktail of awe and unease as you realize the air hums with cunning, not kindness. A game of strategy where masks reign supreme. This is the world Prince Myshkin stumbles into in Dostoevsky's The Idiot, where society scorns his pure heart and elevates those who wield deception like a weapon, leaving you breathless with a mix of admiration for his innocence and a sharp pang of pity for his vulnerability. Machiavelli's The Prince echoes here, whispering that power favors the ruthless, the charming, the calculating, those who hide their true selves behind polished facades, while Myshkin, with his unshielded goodness, is branded a fool. You've felt this sting, haven't you? That moment when your honesty was outmaneuvered, your trust exploited, your chest tightening with a bitter ache as you wondered if survival demands a mask of your own in 2025's cutthroat digital landscape, where influencers craft perfect images and authenticity feels like a liability. This isn't just a 19th century lesson, it's a mirror to today's hustle, where likes and leverage trump sincerity, stirring a restless fury within you. Why does society reward this cunning over compassion? Why are the sly celebrated while the good are crushed? Dostoevsky's narrative grips you, pulling you into Myshkin's plight and challenging your own compromises. Imagine his gentle spirit battered by a world that thrives on self-interest, and feel your own longing for a different reality surge. This paradox hooks you deep. Does playing the game mean losing your soul? Share your thoughts below. Have you ever masked your true self to get ahead? Has cunning ever burned you, or have you mastered it to survive? Let's dive into this together. Your comments could ignite a breakthrough for someone else. This isn't just a story, it's an emotional reckoning, a call to question whether Myshkin's idiocy or society's shrewdness holds the real weakness. Will you join the cunning crowd or dare to stand unmasked like Myshkin, risking it all for authenticity? Your voice could reshape this conversation. Speak up. Step into a world where masks hide every flaw. And now imagine Prince Myshkin entering, his radiant goodness a blazing torch that sears through the shadows, a mirror reflecting the hypocrisy of those around him, leaving you reeling with a storm of awe and heartache. In Dostoevsky's The Idiot, Myshkin's unwavering kindness doesn't just comfort, it confronts, exposing the lies others live by, stirring a whirlwind of discomfort that sends shivers down your spine. His sincerity unveils their deceit, his forgiveness magnifies their grudges, his boundless compassion lays bare their selfishness, and you can't help but feel your own heart race with a mix of admiration and unease. Have you ever been that mirror or faced one? Cognitive dissonance grips them, a psychological clash where their claimed values crumble against Myshkin's purity, forcing them to confront their own moral drift, a truth that hits you like a thunderclap. You've seen this, haven't you? That selfless colleague who makes you question your own compromises, their light casting shadows on your choices, your chest tightening with a restless longing to be better, yet a flicker of resentment for the discomfort they bring. In 2025, where social media filters every imperfection, Myshkin's unfiltered goodness feels like a rebellion, a challenge to the curated lives we lead, igniting a fire in your soul. Why does his presence provoke rejection instead of embrace? Why do we push away what we claim to admire? This emotional paradox hooks you, pulling you into Myshkin's struggle and your own reflections. Share your thoughts below. Have you ever felt exposed by someone's kindness? Does Myshkin's rejection mirror your own experiences with authenticity? Let's unpack this together. Your story could spark a revelation for someone else. This isn't just a tale, it's a call to examine why goodness disrupts, urging you to decide. Will you dim your light to fit in or shine brighter, risking the world's scorn? Drop a comment. Your perspective might change everything for someone watching, and I'd love to hear how this resonates with you. Feel the weight of a piercing truth settle into your soul, your heart aching with a mix of reverence and sorrow, as Prince Myshkin's fate in Dostoevsky's. The Idiot unveils a haunting paradox. True goodness often invites suffering, a jagged blade that cuts deep into your hopes. Myshkin pours kindness into a ruthless world, yet he's met with ridicule, betrayal, and ruin. His light snuffed out by a society that can't bear its glow, leaving you breathless with a storm of empathy and frustration. You've witnessed this, haven't you? The honest friend betrayed, the selfless leader persecuted, their pain a mirror to history's giants, Socrates, Gandhi, MLK, who faced opposition for their ideals, your chest tightening with a fiery resolve to understand why. Dostoevsky forces you to confront this. Goodness disrupts the status quo, challenging power, exposing flaws, and stirring resistance, a truth that echoes into 2025's world of performative virtue, where likes reward conformity, not courage. Imagine Myshkin's gentle spirit crushed under the weight of society's games, and feel your own longing for justice surge, a quiet fury at the unfairness igniting within. Why does the world resist what it needs most? Why must the best hearts break to prove their worth? This isn't just Myshkin's story, it's a timeless cry, a call to question if goodness can survive in a world wired for self-interest. The emotional depth pulls you in, urging you to reflect. Is suffering the inevitable price of authenticity? Share your thoughts below. Have you seen goodness lead to pain in your life? Does Myshkin's struggle hit close to home? Or do you think he should have played the game? Let's dive deeper together. Your comment might spark a breakthrough for someone else. This isn't just literature. It's a raw exploration of morality's cost, daring you to decide. Will you risk suffering for your ideals or conform to a world that punishes the pure? Drop your story. I'm eager to hear how this resonates with you, and your voice could inspire others to rethink their choices. Feel a warm current of awe ripple through your heart, your breath catching with a mix of wonder and quiet pride, as Prince Myshkin's story in Dostoevsky's The Idiot reveals a stunning secret. His goodness, though crushed by a callous world, holds a transformative power that lingers like a soft echo, stirring your soul. Despite ridicule and betrayal, Myshkin's unyielding kindness acts as a mirror, reflecting truth into the lives he touches, his sincerity unraveling the mass of those around him, leaving you with a surge of hope and a pang of bittersweet joy. You've seen this magic, haven't you? That selfless act that shifted a friend's perspective. that quiet compassion that softened a stranger's heart, your chest swelling with the realization that goodness leaves a mark, even in 2025's digital age, where a genuine post can pierce through the noise of curated feeds, igniting connection. Dostoevsky shows us Myshkin's power isn't loud, it's subtle, a ripple that changes others despite his suffering, a truth that hits like a gentle wave, your eyes misting with tears of inspiration. Why does this quiet force endure? How can something so vulnerable reshape a world that rejects it? This paradox hooks you deep, pulling you into Myshkin's legacy and your own potential to influence. Imagine his gentle spirit leaving an indelible imprint and feel your own longing to wield such power surge. Could your kindness be a catalyst too? Share your thoughts below. Have you ever transformed someone with your goodness, even unknowingly? Does Myshkin's impact resonate with a moment in your life? Let's explore this together. Your comment might light a spark for someone else. This isn't just a tale, it's an emotional journey, a call to recognize the silent strength in your own heart, daring you to let your goodness shine, no matter the cost. Will you embrace this transformative power, risking rejection to change lives, or hide it to avoid the world's scorn? Drop your story. I'm eager to hear how this moves you, and your voice could inspire a ripple of change. Feel a storm of introspection swirl within you, your heart pounding with a blend of trepidation and fierce resolve, as Prince Myshkin's journey in Dostoevsky's The Idiot forces a gut-wrenching choice: to cling to authenticity or conform to a world that punishes the pure, a dilemma that leaves you breathless with its weight. Myshkin stands unmasked, his goodness a beacon amidst deception, yet he's battered by betrayal, his spirit aching with the cost of staying true, while society's cunning thrives, stirring a mix of admiration and a sharp pang of fear in your soul. You've faced this crossroads, haven't you? That moment you held your tongue to fit in, or spoke your truth and faced scorn, your chest tightening with a quiet longing to be real, a restless yearning for integrity echoing in 2025's pressure cooker, where social media demands polished personas and vulnerability feels like a liability. Dostoevsky challenges you. Is it better to play the game, shielding yourself with a mask, or embrace your ideals, risking pain like Myshkin? Imagine his gentle resolve crumbling yet unbroken, and feel your own courage surge. Could you withstand such a test? This emotional tug-of-war hooks you, pulling you into Myshkin's struggle and your own moral battles. The story reveals that goodness's worth lies not in rewards, but in remaining authentic, a truth that hits like a thunderclap, your eyes misting with determination. Why do we compromise our souls to survive? Can authenticity endure in a world that scorns it? Share your thoughts below. Have you chosen authenticity and paid a price? Or have you masked yourself to navigate life's games? Tell us how. Let's dive into this together. Your comment might ignite a revelation for someone else. This isn't just literature. It's a raw call to decide. Will you risk suffering for your truth or bow to a world that rewards the sly? Drop your story. I'm eager to hear your journey, and your voice could inspire others to stand tall, unmasked in the face of adversity. Feel a profound stillness settle over your soul, your heart swelling with a mix of awe and tearful gratitude as Prince Myshkin's legacy in Dostoevsky's The Idiot unveils a breathtaking truth. Goodness's true power lies not in worldly rewards, but in its pure, unyielding authenticity, a revelation that sends shivers of wonder through you. Myshkin, broken by a society that scorns his kindness, leaves an indelible mark on those he meets, his silent influence a ripple that transforms even his harshest critics, leaving you breathless with a surge of hope and a quiet ache for such strength. You've glimpsed this power, haven't you? That small act of kindness that lingered in someone's heart, that unselfish moment that shifted your own perspective, your chest tightening with a longing to embody that light, especially in 2025's digital chaos, where virtual facades often eclipse genuine connection. Dostoevsky's final insight strikes like a golden dawn. Goodness doesn't need validation. It exists for its own sake, a beacon that endures despite rejection, your eyes misting with the courage to live it. Why does this purity persist when the world punishes it? How can its quiet force reshape lives unnoticed? This emotional depth hooks you, pulling you into Myshkin's triumph and your own potential to shine. Imagine his spirit, unbowed by suffering, inspiring change beyond his ruin, and feel your own resolve ignite. Could your goodness be that powerful? Share your thoughts below. Have you seen kindness transform someone, even in pain? Does Myshkin's story challenge you to rethink your own goodness in today's world? Let's explore this together. Your comment might spark a revelation for someone else. This isn't just a tale, it's a soul-stirring call to embrace authenticity, to choose goodness despite the cost, redefining a life well lived in a society obsessed with winning. Will you dare to let your goodness shine, risking scorn for its inherent worth, or hide it to chase approval? Drop your story. I'm eager to hear how this moves you, and your voice could inspire others to find strength in their own unmasked hearts, right here in this community. In 2025, as social media amplifies a culture of curated personas, where likes and followers often dictate worth, Prince Myshkin's story from Dostoevsky's The Idiot offers a profound lesson for navigating this digital maze. Living in cities like New York or Berlin, amidst 40-hour work weeks and 3.5 hours of daily screen time, US or 2.5 hours, Europe, you might feel pressure to mask your true self, fearing judgment in a world that rewards cunning over kindness. The story urges you to notice moments of discomfort, when your honesty is met with skepticism or your compassion feels like a liability, signs of a society that, like Myshkin's, rejects unfiltered goodness. Pay attention to your own compromises, times you've hidden your sincerity to fit in, or felt uneasy around truly kind people, reflecting your own inner conflicts. Apply Myshkin's resilience. Share your authentic self online, despite risks of rejection, and let your kindness ripple, even if unnoticed. Watch for subtle impacts, your genuine words inspiring a follower, your vulnerability deepening a connection. This story warns against conforming at the cost of your soul, urging you in 2025 to embrace goodness for its inherent worth, risking discomfort to live a life true to your heart.